question to be asked. Where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter at Post Masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need that mask. I'm a shapeshifter at Post Masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. I can't tell you how to see me, just a cage of bones.
Hi,
There's
Whoopi.
nothing inside.
This is from Persona 5. I think it's called Beneath the Mask.
Is there a way for me to
So if you look up Persona 5 Shapeshifter, it'll usually bring this song up anyway.
I'm a shapeshifter at Post Masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
But yeah, Whoopi, as it seems you have already noticed, I've got my first emote now. It was drawn by Maddie. Also, I have my fan going. It's not like too loud. You can't hear it in the mic. I sound okay, game sounds okay, all that stuff. It is super cute. Maddie did an amazing job with it. Oh, I still have it on Los Angeles mode. Actually, let me go ahead and just get my, a 20 stream streak. Look at you, Whoopie. Wow. Big Whoop streaking. Won't catch me complaining. But yeah, we are working on grinding up the cuties. I think I want to get everybody to level 55, and then we'll give the Elite Four another shot. Whooping whoopily. Oing, 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 oing. Going hashtag whoopies out. Can I get... I'm trying to get all three of them, but I don't think she'll ever come over here close enough. They're amazingly cute, just like my child. Ooh. I think I make this joke every single time I talk to him, but I don't care. You guys are so cute, I have to keep reminding you. That and the cutest people are always the ones who forget that they're cute, so... Red Bull the goat. We love her. All three of her personalities. Oh yeah, really interesting thing about Dodrio. Is you probably noticed, like when I fought that Doduo earlier, that Doduo's neck is black and Dodrio's neck is tan, right? But in Generation 4, they gave a bunch of older Pokemon gender differentiation, which, for most of them, I don't think that was a very good idea, because a lot of them just looked really off, or either that or the gender differences are so subtle that they're barely even noticeable. But Dodrio came out of it really odd because male Dodrio in the later games have the black neck, like the default look, like for the Doduo has the black neck. And Dodrio also has a black neck, and the females have a tan neck for both the Doduo and Dodrio. So that kind of gives this thing where, at least visually in the old games, I guess you get trans femme Dodrio. Because Doduo looks like the male form in the later games, but Dodrio looks like the female form in the later games. And like I said, I don't think that was at all intentional, but it is pretty funny to me that it ended up going that way. I mean, it does subvert the fact that, like, one thing that really kind of rubs me the wrong way, even though I know they don't really mean anything by it, is almost all of the default designs from, like, Gen 1 through 3 ended up being the male design. With a few, like, Dodrio is actually one of the exceptions. Like I said, I know they didn't mean anything by it, but, like, I don't think does that rub me the wrong way a little bit, but it's also the fact that, that's not how biology works. For anything, generally, like, everything's formed as what would be reproductively female, and then, like, male's basically a transformation from that. Which makes it all the more weird to me that, like, I mean, it's not as much this way now, because the idea of, like, you know, gender neutral or non-gendered has become at least slightly more standardized, but, you know, like, prior to maybe the 2010s, male was just considered, like, the standard default. I mean, it's really obnoxious in a lot of older media where they'll have, like, a cast of characters where they all have, you know, basically their signature personality trait, and the girl's personality trait is being girl. Like I said, I don't think they meant anything by it. I think it was probably just a coding thing. There are a few Pokemon who, like, the standard illustration is their female one. Notably, the Gible line. Like, Gible, Gabite, and Garchomp. Usually the default art almost always portrays the female one. Which makes a lot of sense considering the primary Garchomp on display is usually Cynthia's. Meditite and Medicham display the female one by default too, but like I said, it just has the side effect of making the male Medicham look weird, or Meditite rather. Because, I mean, some of the gender differentiations do make sense, like the Scyther line having larger abdomens if they're female. Because that's actually a thing in, like, nature. And, of course, I love and adore Hearttail Pikachu. But it also has the side effect of, like, creating exponentially more work. Which I don't think was thought through, because now, like, several hundred Pokemon have, like, 2 different models you have to model, or sprites you have to draw. I mean, yes, sure, some of it's just a color swap, like with Dodrio, but it is not at all surprising that gender difference things were mostly dropped after Gen 4, unless they were, like, incredibly noticeable. You know, something like Meowstic. Wait, were you the only one who wanted to battle? Ugh. I mean, this is probably the best area to do random battles, but, like, legitimately everything's either poison or birds. Also, shout out to the one hard-edged biker guy who, in, I think it's Gold and Silver in Kanto, who's on, like, the bike route, and his one Pokemon is, like, a Cleffa. Hi, Soda! How are you doing today on this lovely Tuesday evening? Which I guess is probably more like Wednesday morning for you. We're doing some Firered grinding. Gonna get everyone to the level 55 before we try to take another swing at the Elite Four. Reinstalling Linux because it broke midstream. Nice. Finished Mario 3. Awesome. I apologize I couldn't be there for the stream. I have had very low social interaction battery all day. And I've taken like 2 naps since I got up this morning. But which version of Mario 3 were you playing? Were you playing All-Stars, the GBA version, or the original NES one? Original might stream the e-reader levels some other time. Okay. Yeah, weird thing, I have actually never finished the original NES version of Super Mario Bros. 3. Because the first time I beat it was on All-Stars, and that's just usually the version I end up going to replay it. And I kid you not, half the reason is just because you can actually save the game, because Mario 3, for a 2D platformer from the 80s, it's pretty freaking long. I mean, I could probably play it on, like, the NSO NES app. Though I guess I'll end up probably streaming it from my NES Mini whenever I get to all that. Used Rewind a lot, took me 2 hours. Use the NSO app. Because I do still have, like, my original NES, well, I guess my mom's NES. And, you know, like, my original copy of, like, Mario 3, which, interestingly, I didn't get till, like, I think 1999 or 2000. I definitely remember renting Mario Bros. 3. But, I never really owned the NES cartridge, like, when I was a little kid. And I didn't really worry too much about it, because I had Mario All-Stars. First time beating the NES version was on the NES Mini, mostly so I could save. Hi, 7th. How are you doing today on this lovely Tuesday evening? I hope these 17 fucking storms hitting New York aren't doing too bad to you. Love her. I know, my mom's so awesome. Oh, you're probably talking about the emote, but yeah, 7th, if you look at Soda's comment right above you, I have my own emote now. Maddie made it. Meow meow hi, and there they are. The precious bean of the hour. How are you doing today, Maddie? On this lovely Tuesday evening. Also, everyone go watch 7th's awesome new video. They did a versus Legacy on, shit, I have already forgotten her name. I feel so bad. It was one of the characters from The Last Blade, which is a really underrated Neo Geo fighting game. And their Capcom versus SNK moveset. So I don't know if you were listening earlier or not, 7th, but my brain has just not been present today. Hibiki. Okay. Showed me before. I thought I showed on your stream, but like the last week or so has all like crumpled together in one big ball. So I don't know who or what I've said to whom, when, or where. I apologize. But yeah, like, been getting like a second generation heat wave these last couple days, and it has been like misery trying to do literally anything. It's one of those days, all days. What is that one Spider-Man comic panel where he's like, yeah, I've been having one of those, or what is it? It just hasn't been my day, week, month, life. I know. I felt bad having to take off Sunday, but I was just so freaking wiped. Never heard of The Last Blade? It is really freaking cool. It's... Well, I mean, you can go watch 7th's video, and he explains the concept of the Last Blade series very well, but it's very good. That's some people are doing it 31 grand to find an exploit to mod PS5 as an FU to Sony's. It's a little more, storms have calmed down. Okay, sorry, I'm catching up on chat. FU to Sony's BS? I mean, sure, I guess, but stuff like that's just kind of a drop in the bucket to a company that makes that much money. I mean, I feel like it's more of a personal thing than actually sticking it to Sony, but in a very cool thing, there has actually been headway made on PlayStation 5 emulation, which is a really weird thing to think about, but jailbreak bounties is 20k. Uh-huh. So you can boot into games. Considering getting an 8-bit DOE controller based on the Super NES controller, I need to start collecting some 8-bit DOE controllers. Because they're like one of the only controller manufacturers that makes half-decent D-pads. Finally got the Switch 2 shipped off. They were told it'd take 2 or 3 weeks, so it'll be a bit before I have another update probably. Understandable, but I'm glad you finally got all that sent off. It's a weight off my shoulders since everything's out of my hands now, yeah. Like I said, hoping for the good news soon. 8-bit DOE Ultimate 2C as my main PC controller. I actually sent off for a controller I've been wanting for a long time. If Maddie doesn't feel like typing it, Soda, also, what happened is their Switch 2 just got boot looped and would not do anything except display the title thing and turn off, and like them and I both went through like literally every possible thing online to get the Switch working again. Like we were looking every troubleshooting video, everything, and nothing fixed it. So I didn't mean to like undermine that, Maddie, but I figured it'd be easier for me to just say it all than have you try to type a whole paragraph. But yeah, I am very excited for the controller I sent off for, because I actually found a really big discount on the Hyperkin Duchess. Replying to my own messages there. It's okay, we all talk to ourselves every now and then. Yo, 70 streak! Holy crap! Maddie is a professional streaker. Pew! Bwah! Hi, Rain. How are you doing today on this lovely Tuesday evening? Doing well. My day's almost over. I have manual cats and play lots of Rhythm Paradise. Realest of real ones. It's true. The last stream was 69. It's pretty nice. Also, did you guys see a minute ago, like, my freaking Raichu getting a +5 speed stat increase? Like, holy shit, bro is, like, Raichu the Hedgehog. Like, gotta go fast. Wow, 70 stream streak is crazy. I think you actually did mention it, Maddie. Missed a stream, wait another 69 streams. Probably don't do that. Had a migraine for most of yesterday and today. And then at work, one of the full rose bouquets I was handling wasn't fully dethorned. Sliced your thumb. No! Ah! Why not? I mean, I don't control your life, Maddie. You can do what you want to, but if you're not here, I'll be sad. Gosh, when you are a video game enthusiast, the thumb is the worst place to be injured. I mean, I guess if you're one of those weird PC gamers playing with a mouse and keyboard. I'm not saying all PC gamers are weird, because let's face it, in the next couple years, I'm pretty sure almost everyone's just going to be PC and Nintendo only. Most people I know are already there. I can't believe local gaming mouse Mikaya Manga guilt trips reviewers for watching her. SMH my head. I just want to show off the amazing new emote I have. It is funny that, you know, with the whole gaming mouse moniker, that I generally play everything with a controller. But no, the Hyperkin Duchess is actually a, trying to think of the word for it. Not exactly a clone, because it's officially licensed and I think uses the original molds, but it's basically a PC and Xbox One and Series compatible controller that is built to look exactly like the OG Xbox Controller S, which in my opinion is one of the most comfy and easy to use controllers. Guilt tripping and emotional manipulation always works on me. That's what perfection looks like, it's true. Hyperkin for their consoles that play NES and Super NES games. They also make controllers and a lot of other accessories too. Like I said, I got a good deal on it, and I'm trying to actually find a good, like a PC controller that feels good and comfy. Because, like, I've been using a Hori PS4 controller. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think it's just called, like, the Hori Mini Pad or something. But it's a PS4 controller that, so maybe I'm not fully thinking right. You're fine. My tummy is also quite full because I made myself a mashed potatoes, and I meant to make half the pack, and I ended up not paying attention to what I was doing and making the whole pack, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just put it in the fridge for later, and then I just ate the entire thing, and so I am very full of potatoes right now. See, that's the feedback loop of being tired. Is you probably shouldn't be cooking when you're tired, but you're probably really tired because you haven't had enough to eat. Most of the way through typing the Switch explanation, but thank you for saying it for me. It's nice. Like I said, I figure that would have been a whole lot easier than you typing a whole paragraph, so... We started watching Violet Evergarden such movie SSSSSSSSS Gridman a few days ago. Gridman's one I've been wanting to look out for a while, but I always keep forgetting to. I don't know if Macchiato needs to be fighting bird keepers. Do you think that kibble was a good idea? I'm glad. I'm glad that worked out at least. Homie calling me out for hoarding every single TM and never using them. I'm gonna go make myself a health potion. Okie dokie. I love a lot of potato-based dishes that despise mashed potatoes. No, it's not weird. Like, okay, I like a lot of potato-based stuff. I love French fries, tater tots, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. I really don't care for potato chips. I think Mario Kart DS for a month straight has been kind of wearing me down. I'm happy I'll get to play something on Switch again. Is that your only DS game besides the Pokemon games? I mean, I thought you had Sonic Rush. Not a huge fan of bigger hash browns, but I like tater tots. I do like hash browns, but like I feel like the ones that maybe McDonald's are just a little bit too big. Like I feel like they always get cold before I can finish them. But I feel like that's generally a recurring issue I have with a lot of fast food potatoes. Damn, nobody wants to battle with me. I see how it is. I'm just gonna go run in squares on the beach. Or rectangles, I guess. Rectangle, got to shut it down. Rectangles. I have more DS games. My Pokemon ones are complete. There isn't much else to do there. Understandable. Started playing Mario Kart 7. My 2DS's A button fades in and out of working. Hold it. Oh, that sucks. Low-key, I am gonna just, like, crowdfund you another 2DS. In, like, good condition or something. Because I feel like that one's, like, falling to pieces at this point. You should still be able to do, like, a system transfer and stuff, even without... Like, you can't use the 3DS eShop or play games online, but, you should still be able to do stuff like system transfers, re-downloading anything you purchased, etc. Hop, hop, hop. Wait, actually, I wonder about something. Give me just a sec. Down one smidge. Darn. This felt like the optimal place to hide a really obnoxious item. Have bad luck with game consoles. It's weird because you always seem to take really good care of all your stuff. And I mean, I know wear and tear can be a thing from constant usage, but if my video game consoles still work decades later with little to no issues, I feel like yours should be just fine. Though it is really obnoxious that I've had a weird issue with every single one of my 6th generation consoles, because all 3 of my original GameCubes won't read discs anymore. I remember 7th mentioning some kind of thing about that on one of his streams, that I could get repaired. I just have to actually take it to someone to repair it at some point. Like my original Xbox, it just won't power on. The light turns yellow and it just doesn't boot, and I think it's a problem with the power supply. Maybe I need to slam them against rocks and play them underwater in a bathtub. Maybe then they'll work great. And then all 3 PlayStation 2 Slims I have owned have had problems. It just so happens that every single... Well, the first one I had made a very loud grinding noise. It didn't mess up the discs. I'm pretty sure it was the internal fan. But that was the very, very first one I had, and I ended up having to return it and get another one. But the other 2 Slims I had were both the kind where the ribbon cable's glue just completely stops working and it scratches rings in your discs. Thankfully, I currently own consoles for all of those that work great. The GameCube I have is actually like a frosted glacier white one that's like a little weird because it's technically a new GameCube, as it's basically cobbled together. Like, they basically bought replacement parts for an entire GameCube and put it in a replacement shell, so it's sort of a brand new GameCube. But it's been working 100% great, so... Synthesis. If I put it over tackle, I've only got 1 attack move. Ugh. I'm not going to worry about synthesis right now. I mean, this game does have the move relearner, so if I change my mind, I can go get it later. Xbox issues probably blown capacitors. That's right, because didn't that, like... bad capacitor issue from the 90s kind of bleed into the early 2000s a little bit. Because, unfortunately, I lost my childhood Game Gear when we moved. And this has been a long time ago. And my mom ended up finding another Game Gear at a thrift store, and it worked pretty good, but I'm pretty sure it's got a capacitor issue because the screen is basically unviewable. Like, for a while, you had to tilt it all the way back before you could see the screen. And now it's like... I know the Game Gear underneath is working because you can hear the game and it responds to button presses, but the screen's just basically a hazy mess. GameCube's one of the only consoles I know in human experience having every piece of yourself replaced yet still being the same thing. The GameCube of Theseus. GameCube needs to set up an AMA. GameCube definitely is the same. It definitely needs capacitors replaced. I mean, honestly, though, a part of me... I wish I had people locally who could do mod stuff and all that, because I would definitely pay a decent amount to get like a Game Gear modified to have just an LCD backlit screen. Because fun fact, and you probably already know this, 7th, but a lot of times just changing the Game Gear's screen from the old one to a modern backlit LCD panel will change the battery life from about 3 hours on 6 AA's to roughly about 14. And the reason for that is because the Game Gear doesn't have a naturally backlit screen. Okay, let's go here and take 27 steps. It doesn't have a naturally backlit screen. It has a fucking fluorescent light built into the console that lights the screen. And legitimately, the thing that sucks the batteries out so fast is that fluorescent light bulb. Spicy hot take. Plan on getting mine mod with the backlit screen, possible AV. And I will get your hot take, Rain. Give me just a sec. GG uses fluorescent lighting, yeah. Hot take! Actually, I'd love an AV. I was always so disappointed as a kid when, like, because, you know, I had the Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo, and I also had a Genesis. Well, I still do. It's right here. Hi, Genesis. It's got Rocket Knight Adventures in the cartridge slot. But I was always so sad that there was never a Super Game Gear where you could plug it into your Genesis and play Game Gear games on the TV. Hot take, get it while it's hot, get your hot takes here. Okay, so today's hot take. And I was watching a video kind of about this, and it was kind of the same conclusion I had come to. Sorry, I just ate. It's okay. How are you today, Cole, on this lovely Tuesday evening? We all seem to have full tummies right now. It's not just you. Now you must have thought I said hot cake because Cole coming in there shaking his fine booty. Okay. So, with Paper Mario Sticker Star, it still has a lot of issues, and I'm not going to defend most of the game's design problems, but I feel like people do not understand how the gameplay loop was actually designed, and it doesn't have an experience system in the traditional sense, but it does have an experience point system. It's just delivered so indirectly and not explained to the player properly, because the experience point system is the money. Because the money in Sticker Star is how you get your upgrades, because unlike in most RPGs, in Sticker Star, the best stickers in the game are going to be the ones you can only buy at the shops. In addition to that, the stickers are how you, the coins, excuse me, are how you use the battle spinner to use more stickers in battle. And the bonus coins you get at the end of each area when you defeat the boss. Hi, Clay, playing Baldur's Gate 3. But the coins you get are determined by how many battles you fought in the overworld before defeating the boss. So there is a point to doing the battles, and there is an experience system. It's just done through the currency. Basically, they combined currency and experience points into a single unit, which seems really bizarre, but a lot of games do this. One of the most notable is the Final Fantasy Legend, aka the first Saga game. Your human characters actually don't gain anything from combat as far as like an experience system or anything. In that game, the only way to increase your human characters is to buy them items and equipment. Remember being surprised the Christmas after it came out was available to use Game Store? Like an idiot, I bought it. Like I said, I don't think it's as bad as its reputation is. It's just like, I think its biggest curse is having the name Paper Mario. Because you expect a certain something, a Paper Mario, saying Paper Mario is like Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, kind of. Like I said, there are quite a few RPGs where, your currency is also your experience and your character upgrade level. Okay, but what if I want to keep the stickers on their sheet in case they get something cool enough worthy of the stickers that I never end up using, but I could? Well, I mean, I know you're kind of just joking about stickers in general, Maddie, but that is one of the hardest things about playing Sticker Star or either of its adjacent games, is you have to get yourself over that mental blockade of never wanting to use any items or consumables in an RPG. Should I inject DS ROMs onto my Wii U to be able to play games on it? Never. Never, 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 R. Looks at Tweety. Actually, that would probably be a good way to play The World Ends With You on a TV. Weirdly enough, one of my biggest disappointments with the Wii U was how few DS games actually released on Virtual Console. And some of the choices were kind of questionable. Well, see, while I'm on TV? Wow. I know. You're very special. Diver! Down! Baby, are you down, 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 down? I've reached the highest number ever conceived. 3! Thank you so much for streaking, Cole. Always love to see it. Ninja's Wild World was there, but I don't think you can get all the upgrades for Nook Shop without multiplayer. Have to open a champagne bottle for Cole. Valve be like, no way. I mean, to be fair, it took Capcom 5 years to discover the number 3, and I just don't think they want to share that with Valve. They're just like that secret knowledge. Wow. I mean, other choices of DS games on there are questionable, like... I'm glad they had the Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, but that's the only one on there. They didn't put Bowser's Inside Story on there. And also, Yoshi's Touch and Go was on there for some reason. I mean, I guess it's good the game got re-released at all, but it's like... it just doesn't have much game in it. Yoshi Touch and Go is definitely something that would have been like a mini game in Mario 64 DS or something. And almost no third parties put any DS games on there. Because, like, I was really hopeful for, you know, Sonic Rush, literally any of Square Enix's amazing DS output. Viable for a lot of DS games, playing the KHDS games through it. Pokemon Touch Tease reveal trailer preview. At least we got WarioWare Touched. Okay. Guys, I will be back in just a minute. I need to go to the bathroom. Probably go ahead and everybody get up, hydrate, stretch. I'll run an ad real quick. Okay, make sure to unshrimp yourself. And I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Hello, I have arrived. Oh no, I have to unshrimp myself. I'm sorry, LD. I didn't mean to have to do it to you like this. Yep, I'll be back in just a minute. I return. And LD, you might have already noticed other people using it, but look, look, look. I have my own emote now. Courtesy of the wonderful Maddie. It is the Motsicle, and since you are a subscriber, it should be available to you. Back to the grind. Skateboarders grind, I grind too. That's why you can catch me in DC shoes. Orion, okay. Fun fact before I go to sleep, Pokemon Sleep added a nap island, which Pokemon... For a Pokemon of yours and Munchlax gain experience together. Music is the non-summer version of Undella Town. That's super cute. Single brain celled. Hi, you're fine, LD. I had to go dig for it a little bit too. But here, I'll type it out real quick, and if you want to use it, you can like just copy paste this, but remove the space. Tomorrow I can draw Opai. I believe in you, Cole. You got this. I just said Cole because I was looking at Cole's name when I read your message, Soda. I am so sorry. But you do got this, Soda. Mousesicle time! But yeah, Soda, you got this. I still believe in you. Even if I am dyslexia-brained. Weirdly enough, I like the balloon battle mode in Mario Kart DS, but not in any other kart. I mean, I think it's pretty fun in 64. Once I can play Tomo again, I think I'll update the Motsicle so it looks like the fresh one. I still like the other one you did too. I really like both, honestly. You could just add a Motsicle too. Too bad. Ah! Also, while it can be a little bit hard to tell when it's really tiny emote size, it actually does have, like, one of the eyes sliding out of place because it's slightly melting. Yeah, we played Mario Kart 64 together. On the NSO, on the Switch. The balloon mode. I thought we played balloon mode. Because we played it on the big battle thing, and you mentioned how the That one battle area was in, like, Mario Kart DS, so you were familiar with it. The one that has the 4 colors. Good night, Soda. I hope you have a wonderful sleep and can have a nice, peaceful, restful sleep. Maybe it's been 9 years, or 3 months, one of those. Fuck yeah, Block Fort. Hell yeah, we love Block Fort. I love Block Fort, and I also love, like, the city one where you're on top of the skyscraper. But then again, I feel like I'm a sucker for, like, any city stages. Even when I was a little kid and I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters on the Sega Genesis, I always wanted to play on the futuristic city planet. Though, for real, like, if you escape from the city stuff, follow me. Set me free. Biggest fan of 64. It's my favorite battle mode in the series. I think the biggest thing that held back a lot of the battle modes from Wii onward is the weird design decision to, like, always have it be time rules, basically. You couldn't really play with, like, a knockout rule set. Which, like, I kind of get it. That way nobody's sitting on the sidelines having to not participate, but I feel like it did take a little bit of the energy away. I think I've engaged with any battle mode beyond DS, to be honest. I mean, I've only really played it against the computer, aside from playing some Mario Kart 8 against, like, Maddie and Kubi on, like, some of their big multiplayer parties and stuff. It's part of the reason why I don't like them. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like of any of the Mario Kart games, DS would probably be the most fun one to stream because it has so much single-player content. Like, the mission mode in general just is so fun. Because, like, I think Mario Kart DS is probably my favorite for, like, nostalgia reasons. That, and I just like the way it feels the best. But, I feel like as a package, Mario Kart DS is probably, like, one of the first ones I'd recommend to people. Granted, I don't think I have to sell anybody on Mario Kart, but... Favorite overall, incredibly well-rounded game. Yeah, for sure. Also, I guess weird random me fact, despite having GameCube as my main console of choice for most of the 6th generation of games, because I didn't get a PS2 till 2005, and I didn't get my original Xbox till 2007. And yes, I specifically asked for an original Xbox that Christmas, not a 360. I was a weird kid. But I have played maybe a grand total of 10 minutes of Mario Kart Double Dash in my entire life. So unlike everything we know about you. Ha! Yeah. Double Dash is fun, but it's the kind of game where you need 4 people for it. Yeah. Weird kids make weird adults that have to unlearn how to be not weird. True. I mean, I'm lucky that I was a weird kid with, like, also a weird mom, so it was mostly unlearning societal pressures and getting back to how I'm actually supposed to be. But my mom would still reality check me if I got a little too normie. She'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm like, what am I talking about? Also, another really fun thing, and this is like a very good memory I have of the original Xbox, is that it was when Mom and I played Castlevania Curse of Darkness together. I actually ended up getting the Xbox version before ever having a PS2 copy. Mostly because GameStop at the time when I got my original Xbox was having a it was a buy two, get one free sale, and all Xbox games were 20% off. Both those sales stacked on each other. So I got, like, Curse of Darkness, and, like, I ended up getting, like, 9 games for, like, $50 or something. It was crazy. My mom is, like, actually disheartened actively as disheartened as people about everything I love. My mom was wonderful. I really wish she could have met you, LD. I think she would have really liked you a whole lot. Because you definitely would have understood her vibe. I think she would have really appreciated you a lot, too, especially your art. I mean, I know I kind of knew you for a little while she was alive, but, like, we really didn't start hanging out and stuff until the last couple years. Because my mom was very enthusiastic about all of my friends. You know, she loved Wit, she loved Maddie. My mom also had a lot of difficulty socializing and relating to people. And could never really understand why. Because, like, unfortunately, she had to grow up in the, you know, in the 70s and 80s and stuff like that, where there really wasn't any kind of mental health anything. We're local. I wish so too. Like I said, I am low-key jealous of people in other countries who, like, you know, if you find a friend who lives across, you know, fucking Germany from you, then that's like maybe a 2-hour drive. If someone lives across the United States from you, give it up. Unless you are wealthy and can afford the flight. Even so, I'm grateful to have so many wonderful friends in my life. I really am, because, like, you know, my mom had a lot of problems socializing because a lot of it was neurodivergent stuff looking back. She was always really worried that I would never have any friends as an adult. Because she had friends and stuff, but, like, a lot of them would drift away or just stop interacting with Mom with no explanation. And she was always afraid of me ending up alone. But I'm not. I have the most wonderfulest people in the world. In the state, it's not even realistic to drive to them, yeah. Find that you are alone and I am a tweet away all hours of the day. See, that's my thing. I am very spoiled in the fact that a lot of my friends work from home. So, if I am tragically dying and in need of a Maddie infusion, you know what? Uno reverse card. I got gotted! 5G out of the world. Oh, I'm cry. You guys, I'm cry. Because I was actually thinking about it earlier today and even got a little bit, like, low-key weepy about it. But, like, I feel like one of the best things I can do by streaming and just creating any kind of public-facing work in general is to try to pay forward the kind of love and patience and joy that my mom raised me with. Also applies to everyone in chat. I think you're all very cool, and I'm here for you. Thank you, LD. Thank you for just being you, honestly. My mic didn't cut out or anything. My brain just froze for a sec. My apologies. Because it actually started raining over here a little bit, like a few hours ago, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna rain, it'll cool everything down, thank goodness. And then, like, it rained for maybe a total of 2 minutes and then stopped. I'm like, why would you do that? Bad at receiving positivity, expressing myself in gratitude, so you get a new Novaverse card as well. Like that here too, damn. Got back and don't fully know what we were talking about, but a little bit of time I've had talking very sweet and caring people. Glad you're here too, Cole. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being our token straight guy, question mark. Everyone has been, oh, it's gonna storm, and then it either doesn't or it storms for at most an hour. Fantastic people, thank you, Seven. Love spamming in chat. I think my brain missed some words there. It's okay. So that's the thing, people accuse you of selective hearing. No, it's like unselective random scramble decoding of comprehension. Because I have, like, at job, have had to flat out tell multiple people not to talk to me at once because I will not understand what either of you are saying. Then again, like, having to work with more normal-ish people has made me realize how unaware of their surroundings so many people seem to be. Like, I don't think multiple people are pointing to, I started reading your thing, LD. I don't think multiple people talk over each other on purpose. I think they just start talking with zero awareness of what's around them. Yes, Dodrio. Don't worry, Red Bull's getting powered up too. Right. Brains are scrambled eggs you have to sift through to find something comprehensible. 90% of the reason I don't do large groups of people. It's weird. I'm okay with a large group of people if I am not in any way the focus of attention. Because if you're in a big group of people but you're not anybody's attention focus, you're basically invisible. Just lack of awareness, self or otherwise. Well, the thing is, I think one of the big reasons for that is that, like, I feel like a lot of neuronormative people have a really bad railroading problem. Like, they'll get super tunnel vision and not pay attention to anything else except what they're focused on. Because in general, I feel like in general, most people are a lot more intelligent than they think they are or are led to believe they are. Because I think everybody is capable of being more understanding, of being able to have awareness. It's just, it's a skill that they don't ever learn. And it doesn't help that, especially in the US, there's like this long-running cultural thing of where being more educated or intelligent or empathetic is considered a negative trait. I overcorrect. I'm waiting for my chance to talk. Certain groups, there just never is a chance. It's hard not to take that personally, even though you know it isn't. Yeah. No, trust me, I've had that issue in group chats where, like, everybody will just start shouting whatever's on their mind immediately. And I will also just, like, stop and let everyone finish talking, which they generally won't finish talking. So it just leads to me sitting there not talking. Talking hard, talking scary. And yet I choose to do it for multiple hours at a time, publicly, and save these videos forever. I try to be self-aware as possible, feel bad if I interrupt someone. Again, it's a learned trait. I don't think a lot of people who do that are trying to be rude or selfish. I think they just literally don't know any better. Accidentally interrupt people all the time. I hate it. IRL, I just misjudge the time it takes for a person to finish speaking. If I'm on a one-on-one conversation and someone interrupts me, I really usually don't mind. Because most of my friends are some kind of neurodivergent, and there are a non-zero amount of times where if I don't say the thing I'm thinking right now, it's gone forever. And I know that's true for a lot of people also, so I don't mind getting randomly interrupted, especially if what they have to say is cool or important, so. But then again, like, when it's somebody you know and you're in a place like that, you can kind of, like, you can read the other person, you can understand why they're doing what they're doing. It's difficult in a group setting. I had to take a drink of water there. It's difficult in a group setting because, like, having to read multiple people's intention can be a challenge. 3 seconds to say a thing, otherwise I gotta wait for the next relevant thing to pop into my brain and just sit there. Group settings, you typically have to be on it and wait for the brief second of silence to get out 10 minutes worth of thoughts based on topics. Long since passed, and it feels like everyone's waiting with rocks and torches when you finally talk. That, and I also never had a phase in my life where I was in, like... You know, I never played online on, like, Xbox Live or anything like that in shooting games or anything. So I never really had any experience with the culture of everybody just constantly yelling and talking over each other and all that. And also, you know, I'm an only child with a single parent, so... Just being loud is not something I was ever raised around because it was never necessary. Red Bull mirror match. See, that's the great thing about, like, text chats and stuff, like, on a Twitch stream or whatever, is that, like, you can say what you're thinking immediately as you're thinking it. And it's okay, it's not interrupting anybody. I kind of am loud and talkative. It's like a lot of people saying, OMG, you should talk more, you're so quiet constantly, because I didn't speak for a long, long time as a kid. Well, that's the thing, is, like... I feel like a lot of people who are pegged as being too quiet, it's more that they just don't have anything to say on the matter, so they just don't bring anything up. That's why it's important to let your homies or your sweetheart just yap loudly about the things they're passionate about. Whenever a streamer who aren't you or Kubi reads something I sent in chat, I feel like I'm shriveling. Can't deal with anxiety, neurodivergent combo. Understandable. Well, you're generally pretty sharp in most chats anyway, so. Literally talked so little in high school, good number of classmates, thought I was mute. Loud as a kid, quiet in high school, kind of broke out of my shyness in my 20s. I feel like a lot of us have that similar story to that. Really had that in middle school, yeah. When you do talk, it'll become a spectacle and you retreat even further. Yeah. Selectively mute for a while when I physically couldn't get words out of my mouth at school, but at home I'd be fine. I cannot shut up. Hey, I wouldn't have you any other way. I look forward to anything you're yapping about at any point. Especially with your characters and stuff. Being the art kid on top of that turns you into the class hamster. Little Miss tweets 50 times an hour. I mean, I feel like a lot of career artists who are usually on their desk most of the time, that's just generally a thing you do because, like, you know, you're sitting at a desk for most of your day, and, you know, a lot of times it's not like there's anyone you can talk to at home. So, it's like a combination of journal and, like, putting your thoughts out there to interact with people. Like, listening to people talk about whatever they're interested in, yeah. Was a quiet art kid in high school. Somehow still made a lot of friends, probably because most of my close friends were really extroverted. Oh, to sit down with a person that yaps for 2+ hours about something they care about and have zero expectation to reply in any way. I mean, I'm basically building a career out of doing that. But yeah, legitimate appreciation to any and all of the understanding and patient extroverts who adopt their introvert buddies. Keep doing it. I'm trying. I've just got to learn to stop pushing my feminine voice through my nose, because I was watching back my VODs and I sound so nasal. It's like I try to push the fem voice up so high that it, like, gets literally into my sinuses. Like I've said before, like, my mom didn't really have a high-pitched voice either. And the few times I met her sisters, they really didn't either. So it's like, even if I had been born, like, you know, an innie, I probably still wouldn't have a particularly high voice. It doesn't stop me from being self-conscious about it, though. But I feel like everybody who broadcasts anything worries about their own voice all the time. Like, I honestly at first found it a little weird that 7th was worried about their voice with some of their videos when they're like one of the smoothest, easy to listen to YouTube narrators. But like I said, that and, you know, your voice never sounds out loud the way it does in your own head. Sounding nasally and trying to fix it's a relatively common problem. I went through that a while before when I was doing voice training. Should never judge you no matter what you sound like. I think no one deserves to be judged for. I know. Like I said, I'm not saying it's a judgment thing. It's more of a personal gripe reeling around in my head kind of thing. Back to voice training, but for different reasons. Rain, your voice is so good, though. Like, I know I've mentioned this on stream before, but like I said, this is long before I knew that you were the same person as Shadow Fox. But, you know, I remember Kubi mentioning that you stream, and you hadn't streamed for a while, and I remember, like, going to your first stream and it had been a long time since you'd streamed, and I remember listening to you talk, and I'm like, oh, I thought Rain was trans. I guess not. Like, legitimately, that was my first thought hearing your voice. Which, like, now I know you are, but... I want to reiterate that. I know. And thank you, Maddie. I do appreciate it. And I mean, I know there are a lot of trans femme creators out there, like Game Champ and Slanted and stuff like that, who just talk in their normal speaking voice. And I could probably get away with that too. Well, normal quotation marks. You know, basically the speaking voice they've always spoken in. Everyone on some level has issues with their own voice at some point. Mostly comfortable with it now, still get a little self-conscious about it. It's understandable. I've only heard it a few times, but you do have a pleasant voice, Rain. Yeah. It's about my voice make me melt. Like Rain said on her stream the other day, it's one of the best compliments you can probably give a trans woman. And I don't even mean it like that. I mean, like, I'm just telling you my honest reaction. Women with deep voices are hot. Very cold take. I mean, I feel like Jessica Rabbit is like living proof of that, considering the character was designed from like the bottom up to be sexy. I just want to get back to voice training to actually speak for longer periods of time. Try my hand at voice acting at some point. Because that's another thing, is like, I really don't want to lose my ability to voice act in lower registers, because like, maybe it's a little weird, but I don't ever find like voice acting a male character to be anything dysphoric or anything like that, because I'm acting. The throat was hurting only after a couple hours of stream the other day. I gotcha. Good thing you have 7,000 Ts to help that down. Voice acting seems like such a fun thing to do. Imagine it's difficult and hard to master. Still a very fun thing to do even on an amateur level. When I didn't talk to anyone much, I had to go to therapy and talk for 30 to 45 minutes straight, I would actually lose my voice. I mean, I guess it really is like any other muscle. You just have to keep working out to get it in shape. Wait, I keep forgetting to pass my amulet coin around. You know, I hope the incredible success of Firered and Leaf Green being available digitally on Switch makes them put the rest of the freaking series on here, please. We don't speak much in my day-to-day life. See, that's my thing, is like, I'm almost always on some kind of, like, call center BS at Job. So there have been a non-zero amount of times where I have been talking for, like, 7 or 8 hours straight. Which, I mean, I guess that ability has helped me out in streaming, but also on days when I have to go to Job but still want to stream, it's like... it can be literally fatiguing. Like, some days of my job, I'm talking so much that my jaw literally hurts. Had issues because in middle school and high school, when you get older, your voice drops and you get a prolonged Adam's apple. Which neither happened. I've gotten better at hearing my voice, but it's something I struggled with. Better, but my voice does start to get scratchy and raspy after an hour or two. Part of what broke me out of my shyness was working a job where I had to talk to people, since I was working in people's homes. Grateful for that experience. I mean, I've had to work a lot of customer service stuff. And after about a year or two, I just stopped being shy. Especially because I did get to work a couple of years at a place that sold video games. So, you know, it took me maybe, like, one single little, like, tiny start of conversation to get me out of my shell. Though it does suck, because, like, at my current job, one of the, you know, managers like, hey, you like sports? You like this or that or the other? And I'm like, well, I like video games. They're like, oh yeah, I'm big into video games too. And like my face lights up for a moment and I'm like, oh really? And they're like, yeah, I've been playing GTA Online. You've been into that? You play on PS5? And I'm like, guys. Like I said, I guess I'm so deep in the enthusiast sphere with my regular friend group that I forget, again, 90% of people who own video game consoles are to play Fortnite and Call of Duty and Minecraft and Roblox and yearly sports game, and that's about it. Though that does remind me of one of the funniest fucking interactions on Twitter. When somebody was bitching about the big reveal at the end of one of the, I think, Game Award things. Yeah, I love GTA, Gran Turismo A-Spec, Gran Tour Advance. But no, like, one of the big reveals at the end of I don't remember if it was Summer Game Fest or the Game Awards, but it was the Okami sequel was in development. And someone was, like, whining and bitching about it, like, oh, they built all this up for nothing. And the fucking official Okami account replied with a picture, like a screenshot from the original game, with a freaking low-quality PNG of a pistol and a basketball photoshopped onto it, and just replied, is this better? I'm like, I had to do a double take before I realized it was the official Okami account. It was so freaking good. Back in like 2019-ish, way before I even considered the possibility that I could be trans, work on a retail job that I'd almost always work closing shift for. And I would technically make the closing announcements, and I would get compliments on my voice from that. Yeah, since I kind of, for safety reasons, have to pretend to be masked when I am out of the house, so I still use a deeper voice when talking on any of the stuff at work. I also get compliments on my voice, and I'm like, I appreciate it, but I can't explain why that's not the compliment you think it is. Granted, if I'm not doing call center stuff at work, I do get people commenting on, like, oh, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And they're like, well, you haven't said anything all day. And I'm like, I should mention that most people I work with do not have any kind of understanding of, like, introversion or neurodivergence or anything, even though I'm very sure most of them have ADHD themselves. Weirdly, you never get compliments on your giant mouse ears. Oh, I have to keep those tucked back. It takes a lot of tape. Which is such a shame. You know, non-zero, like, chance, I've been honestly considering adding a tiny little notch to one of Mott's ears. Just because I've really been liking Mina the Hollower as, like, a tiny little reference to that. Motsicle chain! Don't break the chain. And she'd look cute with a notch. References are always fun. Oh, a bummer. Trying to think here. Part of me wants to just go, like, give the Elite Four an honest shot right now. Because I've got everybody to level 54 and 55. Keep in mind, like, I was kind of almost making it last time. And, you know, we had some of the homies still at, like, level 47 and stuff, so... Life on the edge. We do love edging around here. Okay, let's give it a try. Yes, heal up my cuties. Here we come. I'm gonna remember to actually withdraw my items. Take out my max potions. My max survives, my ethers, my full restores. Okay. Go ahead and save standing in the middle of the Pokeball, which is the only place in the Pokemon Center you can save, obviously. Of course, of course. Only 2 Lumberries. Only 1 Citrus? Ah. I'm pretty sure Lorelei starts with Dugong. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokemon. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokemon will be at my mercy when they're frozen solid. Are you ready? Dugong. Shout out to the incredibly well-animated Dugong from the Pokemon First movie. Why would you do that? Also, you guys get a free bonus fun fact since we're right here. Lorelai's dugong knows rest in pretty much every version of this fight, as far as I know. In Pokemon Yellow specifically, her dugong is programmed to overlook the usual AI of the trainers, which the reason you can cheese a lot of trainers in Gen 1 is because they're programmed to almost always just use the super effective attack if they have it, even if it's not an attack, which is why, you know, you have Lance's Dragonite using agility for 5 turns in a row while getting beaten up by a level 28 Venomoth. But Lorelai's dugong is actually programmed to ignore that if you are using a Primeape with Rage. Because in Red and Blue, and also the Japanese Green, since enemies don't have power points and Rage doesn't consume any power points after being used the first time, you can soft lock the game by having your Primeape use Rage against Lorelai's dugong, which gets locked in a loop of using Rest. Oh yeah, the hail stopped right when it would have been convenient for me. Thank you. Go. Ah, that makes sense, yeah. And her Lapras is still built like a freaking tank. Got back to playing Crystal Clear, picked Seal as my starter and Seafoam Islands as my starting place. You can imagine my trainer got drifted out and Seal saved them. That's actually really fun. I have Crystal Clear downloaded on my phone, and it's like I need to mess with it more because it's got a lot of cool stuff in it. Sorry, my brain needed a moment to calculate. God damn it. I'm gonna be looking at that Crystal Clear. It's like a Game Boy Color ROM, so you could play it on, like, MGBA or something. Like, that's the thing, is, like, you know, if everyone just chose... Not everyone, but, like, you know... Whoever just decided to disengage from modern gaming because of all the bullshit going on, like, you could survive probably the rest of your life just on Sonic fan games and Pokemon ROM hacks without having to spend another dime. Crystal Clear is a good one. Also, another one that I stumbled onto that I've been really enjoying is Pokemon Red Plus Plus. Chain's broken. It's okay. You just gotta wait for the ice cream store to restock, you guys. Bro, now is not the time to be swooning over the beautiful woman with the luscious lips, please. We ate all the ice cream. We can always rebuild. Swear I hit the... It's okay. It's like how natural forest fires make for new growth. We had a motsicle chain of 16 this time. Okay, time for some girl kissing. Fingers are turning into mouse sickles. Don't get brain freeze, you guys. Granted, my brain's kind of perpetually frozen, but that's just me. First you kiss the girl, and then you slam your body against her. Girl kissing, you got it, boss! Starting up Blackthorn so she can go catch a Sneasel. Things shouldn't be this way. 10,000 yen, let's freaking go. You only got a taste of the Pokemon League's power. Grab a Gligar. Okay, wake up, Seltzer. You did a good job. Ooh, or a Skarmory. I freaking love Skarmory, dude. It's one of those Pokemon, like, I love it a whole lot, and I feel like I don't get to talk about it a lot. Phanpy. I also love Donphan. Though Maddie jokes with me every once in a while, because I always pronounce Donphan's name as Donphan, even though it's not an elephant, it's an elephant. What do you think Revives taste like? Gotta head out, y'all. Take it easy. Later, 7th. Thank you so much for dropping by and hanging out. It's always fun to see you here. I still have Awakenings. I feel like Revive would taste like those little, I don't know what you call them, but they're those little hard candy things that you can put on top of a cake to, like, put a number or spell something out. You know, like, they're made of a bunch of tiny little candy droplets, and they'll have, like, alphabet packs or, like, characters or whatever. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Thingies. I think Revive would taste like caramel for some reason.
I am Bruno of the Elite Four. Through rigorous training, people and Pokemon can become stronger without limit. I've lived and trained with my fighting Pokemon. And that will never change. Mats, we will grind you down with our superior power. Hoo! Ha!
Lurk now. Enjoy your lurk, Rain. Thank you so much. Oh, I also do have a lurk command. Exclamation point lurk. I left Seltzer in the lead. Oops. Last chain was 15, so close to a new record. And Rain is lurking to play Slay the Spire 2. Kingdom Mott's Chain of Mousesicle. Stream notifications revealing my secret. Oh, get Rain. That is not a secret. I'm more surprised that you weren't already playing it. guess you got ratted out. So your vibe's tasting like calcium carbonate or edible chalk, which is what Tums are. You know, actually, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Though Max Revives look like those, I don't know what they're actually called, but they're the same candies, the Japanese candies that like the Star Bits in Super Mario Galaxy are based on. Glass candy? I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I know there's like gratitude crystals in Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword that are also based on that. Because when I played Skyward Sword, I didn't know about those candies. I thought it was just a Super Mario Galaxy. Home Kato. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it, yeah. Stop kicking my Venusaur. Okay, it's a Hitmonlee. I guess that's just what it does. See, this is where having a ghost type would be really handy. I could literally just wall this Hitmonlee. Be like asking you not to game too. I think the chain breaks because low-key it looks like a sub badge. It's okay, you guys. Oh. Go, Red Bull, drill, drill, drill! Pierce the heavens! So close. Ooh! Aha! You did great though, Red Bull. Thank you. It's not okay. We're breaking our self-imposed rule that has no consequences or rewards. Oh, Red Bull! Don't worry, she'll be back and powering through them next time. Zinks, I need you to think in his direction really hard. What gave you wings? As we know, the best way to deal with a giant snake made of rock is to punch it.
Why, how could I lose? My job is done. Go face your next challenge.
What I always do. Macchiato, don't eat the entire bottle. Let's go ahead and give her a lemonade. So I could have wings, not to fly, just for cosmetics. Ah, the rare North American winged fox. feed the frog that Windex. It's an index of all my victories. Ha! Actually, no, wait. Why don't I ever just put Zinx in the front and just let her wipe everything here? Because it's all weak. It's all poison. I am Agatha of the Elite Four. I hear Oath's taken a lot of interest in you, child. That old Duff was once tough and handsome. That was decades ago. He's a shadow of his former self. Now he just wants to fiddle with his Pokédex. He's wrong. Pokémon are for battling. Mots, I'll show you how a real trainer battles. Helps with the Common Rider kicks. Maybe your Common Rider transformation can have wings. Alright, Zinx, go. Big thinking time. It'd be funny to have a few more variants where the Motsicles are melting more and more. I mean, honestly, when Cole mentioned it, I thought that would be a really funny sub-badge. It's just like the longer you've subscribed, the just more it melts. Last one's just a stick. For sticking with me for so long. Ugh. Okay, it's just a stick, but it has, but it has, like, the little bonus text on it that you want another free popsicle. Mousesicle melting like a boss in Mystic Quest. Oh shit, the Gengar's faster. Uh-oh, we might be in trouble. We're in trouble. Even if you can read that. Shh, let me have my idea. Drill that ghost. Oh yeah, look at that crit. See, Red Bull's like, oh, I ain't fainting this time. Revenge of Red Bull. Oh my, something special, child. You win. See if the old Duff sees in you now. I have nothing else to say. Run along now, child. Chain of 20, let's go. Winner, the Kingdom Hearts pain. Or the pain of playing TCG Pocket and your opponent continually flipping heads on the Lucky Ice Pop. Which, of course, you know, when you yourself use Lucky Ice Pop, you just get tails on the first try. Flip your heads. Oh, whoa. Buddy in chats like Red Bull makes my heart fast and flutter. Oh, whoa. Let's see here. What does Lance start with? Gyarados. So we do need Seltzer in front for this one. Wow. Walking down this long, unnecessarily twisty-ass hallway. I lead the Elite Four. You can call me Lance, the Dragon Trainer. You know that dragons are mythical Pokémon. They're hard to catch and raise, but their powers are superior. They're virtually indestructible. There's no being clever with them. Well, are you ready to lose? Your league challenge ends with me, Mots. Are you ready to lose? Because I have a super cute Raichu. Never had Red Bull. Am I still allowed in this stream? Well, you've had Red Bull by proxy for enjoying our Dodrio. Honorary Red Bull enjoyer. Yippee! Dragon Rage. You know, it still gets me that Dragon Rage was the only dragon type attack in Generation 1. And it always does a set 40 damage no matter what, so Dragon basically didn't exist on the type chart in Generation 1. Like, offensively. Because in Gen 1, it's still coded for Dragon to be super effective on Dragon and stuff like that. But it just never comes up anywhere in the game. Dragons were just pissed in 1996, it's true. They didn't calm down until 1999. In which they started they started their breathing exercises, which is why the other dragon move is Dragon Breath. Hyper Beam. Mother brain fuck ass. Yeah, that's what I thought you'd get. You buffoon. It's going to outspeed and is definitely going to knock out V8 with anything it goes for, but I don't think there's really anyone I can switch into. Unless... Let's see here. Anybody who was born in 1996, it's true, so much of my egg moves... One of my egg moves is Dragon Rage. This is an outrage. To be honest, I may not have been present in the Elite Four battle at all, but keep at it. It is okay. Get punched. Good night. Drag. Good night. Got him. Hang in there, Zinks. I know you have paper thin defense, and that's a physical attack in Gen 3. Fuck. Oh wait, that's right, I still have a Raichu. Wish Aerodactyl still had the cool red eyes. Yeah, while most I do appreciate that most Gen 1 Pokemon have not had their designs like drastically changed. There have been like little subtle design changes. You know, like Mr. Mime growing the 5th finger. Or Poliwhirl going from having 4 fingers to having mittens. I'm running out Lance's full restore stock here. HP bar goes up, HP bar goes back down. Mime kept losing it at Never Have I Ever and was frustrated. Yeah, this ain't Gen 1 mechanics. You gotta recharge even after you KO something. Get hosed. That's it. I hate to admit it, but you're a Pokemon master. I still couldn't believe my dragons lost to you, Mons. You're now the Pokemon League champion, or you would have been, but you have one more challenge left. There's one more trainer to face. His name is Silvio. He beat the Elite Four before you. He's the real Pokemon League champion. Okay, let's get all the cuties healed up here. Team's looking chipper. First, let's take a full restore and go ahead and get V8 all the way back to full power here. Also, for anyone unfamiliar, I don't use healing items or anything like that in trainer battles. I'll use like held items and stuff, but I basically treat the in-game trainer battles like they're a competitive match. I also generally always have my styles on set mode instead of shift mode. I feel like I've mentioned this before, but that's just how I prefer to play the games. I'm sorry, but I feel like everybody who complains about the Pokemon games being too easy, and then you like look at their playthrough and they're constantly using full restores in every battle or whatever health or whatever healing items. They'll have like a team of their starter and then a bunch of legendaries and stuff like that. I would give Venusaur a Venusaurite. Thanks, I forgot. It's not how I play, so it must be wrong and bad. Of course. Hey, Mots, I was looking forward to seeing you, Mots. My rival should be strong to keep me sharp. While working on a Pokédex, I looked all over for Pokémon. Not only that, but I assembled teams that would beat any Pokémon type, and now I'm the Pokemon League champion. Mots, do you know what that means? I'll tell you. I'm the most powerful trainer in the world. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using options that are built into a game to make a game easier, but don't do that while also complaining that the game's too easy. She's freaking dancing on my Rhydon. She's dancing on my Rhydon. Hello, Vim, also playing Slay the Spire too. Oh, okay, a Rhydon. We got a Rhydon fight on. Rock Tomb. That was actually interesting. I don't really see the rival in this game switch that much, so them switching out the Pidgeotto was actually pretty cool. Or Pidgeot, I'm sorry. This is a toughie because I don't really want to switch anything into Alakazam. Okay. So here's the thing. Can Red Bull outspeed this? Fuck it, we ball. Hell yeah! Oh. Red Bull sweep, let's go! You gotta be kidding me! Ah! Okay, okay, we're still in this. Also, why would you use Future Sight when I'm at 10 HP? Oh well, not gonna horse a look in the mouth gift. Ah! You did awesome, Red Bull. Not gonna horse. Of course, of course. Hang in there, Zinks. You're tough. Hi, Big Kyle. How are you doing on this lovely Tuesday evening? We're taking on the Elite Four. I'm punching this tree. Minecraft joke. Got this in the bag. I'm hoping so. Don't want to get careless. Alright, we got the lovely kiss. Big Mikhail. I think I'm more normal size Mikhail, but thank you. No, I call you Big Kyle because one of my long-term best friends is also named Kyle, the Snack Bandit. But you always put Big E on all your socials, so you're the Big Kyle. Wanted to be silly. Fair enough. We do like being silly around here. I can't believe the sleep strat on the Gyarados actually worked. I really expected it to wake up and, like, hyper beam me in the face. Well, hi again, Pidgeot. Goodbye, Pidgeot. The Chizzard. Let's go, Seltzer! Clap, clap. Hi, Pidgeot. Goodbye, Pidgeot. I have such a habit of calling it Pidgeot because of the Pidgeots in Super Mario. We did it! No, that can't be. You beat me at my best. For all that work to become league champ, now you're the most powerful trainer in the world. My reign's over already? It's not fair! Yippee! Why? Why did I lose? I never made any mistakes raising my Pokemon. Darn it, you're the new league champion! I don't like to admit it. Mots! He was champion for 11 minutes. So you've won! Sincerely, congratulations! You're the new Pokemon League champion! You've grown so much since you first left with Bulbasaur to work on the Pokedex. Mots, you've come of age. Silvio, I'm disappointed in you. Came when I heard you beaten the Elite Four. But when I got here, you'd already lost. Silvio, do you understand why you lost? You've forgotten to treat your Pokemon with love and trust. Without them, You'll never become a champ again. Mats, you understand that your own victory was not just your own doing. The bond you share with your Pokemon is marvelous. Mats, come with me. Made it to 39. Imagine working really hard to be the best for 10 minutes and someone else just walks in and smokes you. Congratulations, Mats. This floor is the Pokemon Hall of Fame. Pokemon League champions are honored for their exploits here. Their Pokemon are also recorded in the Hall of Fame. Mats, you've worked hard to become the new League champion. Congratulations, Mats. You and your Pokemon are Hall of Famers. Propel, Macchiato, V8, Zinx, Red Bull, Seltzer. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. And to me, League Champion, congratulations. So maybe now we've unlocked Mega Stones? Well, I guess that's another game we've beaten on stream, guys. Though, granted, there's still a lot of game left to go with Firered. Thank you, Tetsuya Watanabe, Koji Nishino, Pekao Uno, Hiroyuki Nakamura, Masao Taya, Satoshi... Okay, I can't read that fast, but... I can't read Japanese names that fast, I guess. That's champion. We finally get the Mega Grand Bowl in the post-game. So I'm gonna get Coldtail Light and unlock Mega Coldtails. The only design difference is that the ears and tail just get even bigger. Also, fun random fact, one of the rules for making Fire Red and Leaf Green is that for the Japanese version, they were not allowed to change any of Satoshi Tajiri's original script. They could add new stuff for like the new content, but they couldn't change anything that was already in there. A lot of the text and dialogue changes for the from the North American or English language version of Fired and Leaf Green, their text changes from Red and Blue are actually things that make it more accurate to the Japanese version than Red and Blue was. And wings, yeah, of course, and the wings. I really do love the ending sequence, though. It shows you all the different places you've adventured through. You know, I admit Pokemon has kind of spoiled me somewhat because I'm always a little disappointed when I beat a game and it doesn't just let you keep playing that save. Also, the poses that Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise are taking are also the poses they're drawn in the original red, green, and blue box art for the Japanese releases. Finally, I can be a normal flying, the most unique typing. Oh, Cole. You'll never be normal. Nob Ogasawara the goat. Akira Kinashi. Thomas Herzog. Kathy has what's going on? I didn't even get to read that. And that's the Japanese yellow box art. National Information Library Service, Margaret Company. The end. Or is it? It is, sorry. Dang, well, it was a good stream, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. No. Elite Four Bruno's Onyx with Jinx and one handily. Took on Elite Four Agatha's Haunter with Dodrio and one handily. Took on Elite Four Lance Aerodactyl with Venusaur and one handily. Marvelous battle with the champion Silvio. Me and Silvio sent out Charizard while Mats countered with Raichu. And as a result of battling with every bit of power, barely won the match. She didn't win handily against Lorelei. Ah, Mats, you're back, are you? How much have you filled your Pokédex? May I see it? Let's see. You caught 81. Now that's impressive. Something I wanted to ask of you, Mats. Come, follow me. Recently, there have been sightings of many rare Pokémon species. I'm talking about Pokémon that have never been seen in Kanto. I would love to go see things for myself, but I'm much too old. Since I can't do it, Mats, I'd like to have you go in my place. Hey, I heard that. Gramps, what's with favoring Mats over me all the time? I went and collected more Pokémon, and faster, too. You should just let me handle everything. I know. Of course I'll need your help, too. I need to see both your Pokédexes. And that's done. These units can record data on a lot more Pokémon. Now, Mats and Silvio. This time you must really work towards filling your Pokédexes. I urge you to make the best and most complete of all time. Truly, this is a monumentally great undertaking in Pokémon history. Get that micro SD card. Gramps, calm down. Don't get so excited. I'll get the Pokédex completed. Don't you worry about a thing. I think I'll try looking around one island first. Anyway, I'm out of here. And around the world, wait for you, Mats. Okay, can I have this one? Is this one waiting for me? I'm using Pokemon too. When they get stung, they can protect me. No turtle for you. Aww. Mats, you should take a quick rest. Micro sudden death. Best way to fight in Smash. Let's play the NES. Yeah, an alternate universe where I actually finished Mega Man 3. Okay, let's deposit all the big max healing stuff since we're not going to need it on the road as much. See, I always like playing the special smash like micro with a bunny hood, so you can jump like the entire length of the screen. Is there limited bag space in this game? I think so, but not for key items or berries, just for your main bag. I think kind of like in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Hi, Mott's. Good timing. I'm about to have some tea. Would you like to join me? Oh, but look, your Pokemon are a little dirty. Would you like me to groom one? Sure. Okay, I'll get it looking nice in no time. It looks dreamily content. You go, all done. See, doesn't it look nice? It's such a cute Pokemon. Pokemon grow to love you if you raise them with love. For example, can I see your first Pokemon? It couldn't possibly love you more than it does now. Your Pokemon look happy beyond words. There's nothing wrong with a dirty drink. Trying to decide what I want to do next, honestly. Because I kind of don't remember where... I know a lot of the Johto Pokemon that start appearing are in the Sevi Islands, of course, but I don't exactly remember every... Because I know there's other stuff that unlocks now, too. Man, I just realized I'm going to have to finish one of my Leaf Green playthroughs on one of my other Switches to, so I can get, like, Steelix and stuff. Mots, how have things been for you? Oh, is that right? You caught more Pokemon. You know what? Maybe I can be useful to you. I'm modifying the network machine right now. I'm changing it so it can handle trades over long distances. When I get finished, you'll be trading for exotic Pokemon from trainers far away. There's a slight catch. For the link to work, the machine needs a special gemstone. It's supposed to be on one island, but I haven't found it yet. Who knows where it could be? Let's see if we can solve the mystery, because there aren't really that many places on one island. I mean, honestly, to me, and like, I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but in general, I've always felt like the Sevi Islands were a bit cramped, and they don't really feel like... They don't really feel like places from a regular Pokemon game. They kind of feel a little bit ROM hacky to me. Always be a special gem to me, lol. Like, they're not terrible or anything. It's more that they just don't feel like the normal area designed for a Pokemon game. I am not beefing with a level 5 Geodude. Kind of thinking that, but I've never seen any of it, so that's where it comes from for me. I don't know, like, I guess you guys get a free extra hot take, but I don't actually think more content in a game automatically makes it better. Like, I think there is definitely something to a tightly designed game with minimal filler. Because, like, I think a lot of the stuff added in the DS version of Chrono Trigger just drags the overall quality of the game down. Even though, you know, other than that, the DS version of Chrono Trigger is a good way to play Chrono Trigger. And I know there's always the argument, well, you know, oh, if you don't like that content, just don't play that part. And it's like, yeah, sure, that's true, but big issue I had with Gacha when I played it is there'd be so much crap in the game that I'd be too exhausted to see any of it through before I even started. That too. But, I mean, I feel like there is a lot of value in a game just having the courage to just be over. And I'm not talking about Firered and Leaf Green with this. Because with Pokemon games, I feel like just due to the nature of the design, even mid-extra content for a Pokemon game is still exciting because, you know, more Pokemon. But then again, with Pokemon, like, it gets a free pass with a lot, because the gameplay loop is so inherently enjoyable. Let's see here, like the fire in your heart, Ember Spa. It's like overwhelmed by constant stuff when I was trying to focus on 3 things, but anywhere I turn there'd be a new tutorial. Oh, I cannot fucking stand that. Water's perfectly warm, it feels exquisite. I wish I could go to a hot spring in real life. Either behind 3 rock smash rocks, an ether behind 3 rock smash rocks is kind of buns. That's another one of those things, like I said, that makes these areas feel a little bit ROM hacky. But I mean, I was hoping for, like, I don't know, Evolution Stone or something. Granted, you can just go buy those in Kanto, so I guess that wouldn't be that exciting, but in my experience, ROM hacks tend to give you shiny level 100 legendaries for smashing 3 rocks. Sort of. Like I said, I'm saying more in the area design. Here, we punched through at last. Let's go treasure hunting. Any treasure we find, we haul back to the warehouse. Understood? Yeah, what are the passwords? At the Rocket Warehouse, I mean. What, you forgot the password? There's actually 2. First one's Goldine need log. Second one is... Hey, Snoop's been listening in. Hi, guys. How you doing? Trying to horn in on that treasure? Don't bet on it. Me need log, too. Mike's... Rat. Rat smash. I'm something of a smashable rat myself. You know, even in like Red and Blue, there are Rocket members with Sandshrew, but it just doesn't feel like a very Team Rocket-y Pokemon to me. Red and blue, Quakeable Shrew.
Wait, but how?
Hi guys, I'm kind of the Indigo League champion, you know, I don't like to brag.
Develop amnesia conveniently and forget everything you heard.
You've been eavesdropping on us, haven't you? I mean, technically any ground type is a Team Rocket Pokemon since Giovanni is or was the gym leader. That's true. Honestly, Team Rocket grunts using Cubone's kind of a little bit fucked up. I take the Cubone and run. If you kill a child's mom, may as well be their new one.
Huh? What? Why do you have to win? What a setback. We'll have to regroup. You don't even think about taking a step inside here. If you know what's good for you, don't even think about this.
Don't worry, I wasn't doing any thinking at all. And honestly, Maddie, that sounds like it could be the plot for, like, some kind of, like, samurai manga or something where, like, some Ronin assassin wipes out an entire village. Not me reading this rock appears to be breedable. I mean, Rhydon's a rock type too, so maybe they could fork something out. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're rock hard and breedable. Oh. Boy, I just do not have any filter, huh? The water is dyed a breedable blue. I'm up for being rock smashed. Ayo. Top 10 rocks that make me learn rock smash. But no, like, that seems like some of the thing where, like, some kind of, like, you know, samurai assassin or something wipes out a whole village, but there's one baby left over crying or something, and decides to take care of and adopt the baby, and then he abandons his samurai village destroying ways, and they go on a big journey adventure kind of thing. Coming tonight is #1. That's really funny. Final Fantasy IV, kinda? Though honestly, like, Rydia is one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters. I know her name's probably supposed to be pronounced Rydia, but that's how I read it when I first played the game on PlayStation 1 in the early 2000s, so that's how it's pronounced now. It's like you can tell who grew up playing games that didn't have voice acting before you could look stuff up on the internet, because whenever they talk about Final Fantasy, which had the Masamune as a recurring sword, they always say Masamune. The woman isn't rideable. She isn't the one for me. I mean, ooh, a Slugma! Good thing I've got the balls to catch that. It's 10 p.m. We're getting weird. Yeah, well, my stream's probably not going to go on much longer, but I didn't want to end it at like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like, she doesn't edge. It's like the game Catherine, a game all about edging. Sluggo! Become Eepy. Random reminder, everyone, Slugma is a Gen 2 Pokemon. My favorite. God damn it, Maddie. Good thing I've got these great balls. I've been drawing an egregiously sexy lady all day. I've been weird. Hell yeah. Of course, you have to show me. I love your egregiously sexy ladies, LD. They're the best. My gave Gen 1 Pokemon. Cole, what the hell was that sentence? A common sight in volcanic areas. It slowly slithers around in a constant search for warm places. Come hang out in freaking where I live. It's been like 90 fucking degrees for a month. Oh yeah, lava Pokemon. 2'4", 77.2 pounds. Into Slugma. LD art makes my heart go doki doki same. I wish Gen 2 had Pokemon. It does. It's got Pidgey, Caterpie, Salsa. Okay, it's Salsa. Chunky Salsa. Salsa can be a drink, why not? Gave, fave, it's just one finger slip away. Sometimes the finger blasts you. Oh, this is too much think for my brain right now. Anything can be drinkable if you put it in a red Solo cup. I don't know why I'm going through here breaking every... Oh, hey, it's Slugma under the rock. I'll leave her alone, though. Blend it for long enough, maybe add water or milk or something. Drink. I fear I'm hearing your fan. Damn it. Okay, I'm sorry. I started leading slightly closer to it because I really want to cool down. I mean, I feel like the streams will probably increase in frequency and length once the weather is not awful. But it sucks because around where I live, there is a tendency for summer to bleed really far into fall to the point where we've gotten like 80 or 90 degree Octobers and shit. Got it. My fave rock has to be Colossal, besides Rockruff. I think Colossal is pretty cool. It's underrated. I feel like it doesn't get enough attention because it is... Like, I feel like the whole Roly-Coly line has really cool designs in general. It is funny that there's a Pokemon that's an actual minecart. And I do love Rockruff. It's definitely a big time. It's definitely up there on my favorite rock types for me. Winter is regularly in the 70s and 80s for us, except for the occasional day that drops down to 15 degrees. Ugh, I'm so sorry. So that's a ladder. So what's on the other side? I must know. Wait, Micaiah, you can just use repels. So what's down here? Braille. A ruby. That sure is visual braille. Put your finger on the screen to read it. Okay, everybody start fingering your screen. I'm beginning to look a lot like Christmas, currently dying from the heat, yeah. Dad starts watching Christmas in July, feels exactly the same. Christmas shows. Shit. Fuck. Shit, shit, fuck. Damn it. Ugh, mild inconvenience, my arch nemesis. Christmas shows. Ugh. On mobile, fingering my screen already. Nice. I've got to figure out how to give people VIP roles so it stops smacking my besties for being as much of a whore as I am. I'm not a hypocrite like that. Fuck! Well, guys, it's been a really nice stream. Thank you for coming by to hang out. Needs to get with the program and realize where it is, right? Okay, let's not fuck it up this time. Smash one rock. One okay rock. Sorry guys, the ADHD is getting me. For being submissive, rocks really don't always go where you want them to, huh? They're brats. Pillow princess ass rocks, right? Sorry, Automod, for being a straight man whore. It is very funny that Automod went after that one, too. Okay, we got the ruby. Let's take it back to handsome nerd guy. Oh, wait, that's right. I forgot the areas have little special names. They got Automod one time for saying butts. Automod's heterophobic. Oh, so its eyes are different colors? Oh, yeah, that's right. The Tri-Pass, Aurora ticket, and Mystic ticket automatically appear on the Switch version whenever you beat Fire Red or Leaf Green. So this will actually give you access to mythical Pokemon and some legendaries too. Try pass. A pass for fairies between 1, 2, and 3. Oh, okay. Aurora ticket. A ticket required to board the ship to Birth Island. It glows beautifully. A ticket required to board the ship to Naval Rock. It glows with a mystic light. Yes, well, trick is LOL. Okay. That was not the thing I wanted to use. Focus M. Da, da. There we go. Right eye green, left eye purple. We got Kindle Road. One island in this road. I forgot the spot in front of one island's called Treasure Beach. I feel like not enough people appreciate the effort that goes into all the little things in Pokemon games. So many people, I feel, play these games on like super fast forward. Not literally the fast forward button, though sometimes when they're streaming on emulators. Are there any Pokemon Heterochromia Mega Meowsticks like that, I think? Gotta go look. I'm pretty sure there are a few, at least. Try to get around it. Usually my friend draws them. More pictures of Trick. Oh, that's... Thank you, Mots. You're simply amazing. May I ask you one more giant favor of you? While I was studying gemstones, I discovered something important. There's another gem that forms a pair with a ruby. The other gemstone's supposed to be in the Sevi Islands. Mots, please, I need you to go find the other gem. May I have your fairy pass and the town map? Receive the rainbow pass. We got the pass, you guys. We're all officially gay. Mega Chandelure does. Yeah. My own fairy pass. It'll let you get all the Sevi Islands. Mots, please. I can't do it without your help. Pass for fairies between Vermilion and the Sevi Islands, featuring a drawing of a rainbow. Looks like Ultra Necrozma does too, not seeing any others. I feel like it would have been a much more common design thing. Though I guess with Generation 1 and 2, you know, it's easier to have like the symmetrical, simpler designs for a lot of Pokemon. Alrighty. We got a nice clean 3 hours. I think I'm going to go ahead and wind down the stream a little bit. See if there's anyone else online if I want to raid them. But we actually did get a lot done today. Beat the Elite Four, you mean lame designs. Ah, how could you? Obviously, Generation 1 and 2 are the best because I played those games when I was a kid. Making them the objectively best video games. Wow, none of the homies are online. I figured Kubi would still be going. Though according to the VOD she streamed, it was 10 hours today. 10 hours and 54 minutes. Yeah, I'm a very biased type. I love Kamala could have heterochromia. Yeah. I mean, she did marry the president. Yeah, I guess I will go ahead and call it a night here, you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the stream streaks today. Not the current president, Maddie. But good night. Thank you so much, everybody. You have a wonderful rest of your night. I'm gonna probably make a big old pot of pasta. Bye.